First of all, we're going to load up here in just a minute to the center line. We finished it here in 2016. Spent some $400 million on the renovation of the facility, and we'll see what
$400 million.
$400 million will buy us when we go up a little bit later into the center section right there in front of us. The big red Salta section will be going up there. But to tell you a little more about this place, here's a guy that knows it pretty well. He's a 3-time Daytona 500 champion, a 4-time Cup champion. And here now on Sundays from Fox, here's Jeff Gordon.
Hi, this is 3-time Daytona 500 champion Jeff Gordon. I'm pleased to welcome all of you to Daytona International Speedway. Nearly 60 years ago, a small-town auto mechanic named Bill France Sr. dreamed of creating a racetrack that was bigger, faster, and more exciting than any before it. In the ensuing decades, his belief in big dreams transformed Daytona International Speedway into the world's center of racing. Synonymous with names like Petty, Earnhardt, and Allison, Daytona International Speedway has captured the imaginations of the millions who have set foot on these hallowed grounds. Now, Bill France's dream has taken yet another step forward with the reimagination of this American icon, blending the modern amenities that today's sports fans demand with the heritage that race fans expect from Daytona. As 2016 saw the closest finish in the history of the Great American Race, it not only conjured memories of Johnny Beauchamp and Lee Petty's 3-wide photo finish in the inaugural 1959 Daytona 500, but reminded race fans everywhere that
us here at Daytona, and our sister track in Talladega, Alabama, that was built about a decade later. Well, we saw the spoiler tunnels on the other end, and we had about 7 foot clearance. This was built back in 2004. It was a lot more flexibility on days exactly like today. So here on this racetrack, we got 35 feet all over the track. It goes about 900 feet, and we've got 14 foot clearance on the space. Those 90 foot concrete archways there, they give us the river, the colors, and RVs, and larger vehicles on days like we said, like today, like 200 days a year or something like that. If we have something going on the track, so we have to use it. And as we exit, we're going to be down in the west end of the racetrack here. Right in between 2 racetracks, actually. Looks like that's what we see the blue guardrail of the road course. That's a 1-mile course here that connects behind us, as we'll see in a minute, to the outside 2.5 miles to become a 3.56-mile road course when you combine the two together. It's primarily for sports cars and motorcycles and World Karting Association events, but we have had 3 stock car races here from last August till now. We never had one from 1959 until last August, and because of COVID, one race was moved from California, another from New York, and then of course the Flash was down there. Now right over there, you see turns 1 and 2 of the super speedway. The cars are going through. It's about 3,000 feet from the entry of turn 1 behind us to the exit of turn 2 here where we're headed. So they spent a little more than a half a mile up on that 31 degrees of banking, which is about a third of the way perpendicular. The double yellow lines you see here at the base of the banking up to the top of the wall, that's 40 feet. That's the racing groove. Got a race between the yellow lines and the wall. Paved area below that is the apron where you merge into the speed road and off the racetrack. And the grass road down. You go up to the top of the track there, that's up 44 feet high. So they say they're coming in here somewhere around 195 to about 202 miles an hour, 2, 3, sometimes 4 wide, racing through what is the equivalent of a 4-story building angled at 31 degrees. Typically you don't have any problems. Occasionally you get together and you got the wall up there, unfortunately for them. That's what they call the safer barrier. Safer stands for steel and foam energy reduction, and it was a safety system installed here in 2004. The inner wall closest to the center, got a 2-foot gap there back to the concrete wall. It's been here for decades. You see in between all panels and placed in between. So when the driver gets in the first wall, it will flex the kit to take away energy, and the foam compresses to take away a little more, and finally hit the concrete wall. That safer barrier was designed by engineers at the University of Nebraska, and required at every racetrack that does have an NASCAR sanctioned event. Now, if you look to my left here as we clear this seating area, you look straight across the road course there, you can see those tire barriers over there. To the left of that tire barrier, where you see those concrete pads, exit to the road course. Typically, of course, that would be open when the road course was being used. Today, they're on the outside portion, so that's there. And on the other side of the tire barrier is where they come in from the outside course. They'll take a big hard left U-turn straight across from us. They go where those blue guardrails are on the other side of the grass. straight in front of us to the International Horseshoe turn. We'll see in a minute where they turn around. Come back here to my left, just by the blue guardrail there. Behind us to the West Horseshoe, turn around to make that little chute back out on the track to do the 3.56 mile course. And across the street over here, coming across my right over there, you can cross the racetrack there, you can see that metal structure sticking up back there. That is now corporate signage, but it was where just a portion of the old superstretch over the backstage grandstands were located. They started back in 1994 with about 4,000 seats back there. In 2 years they added on. There were some 46,000 seats as well as suites back there in 2015 when they were all torn out and sent to other facilities across the United States. So now all our seating exists to my left over there. We'll be a little bit later, the new Daytona Rising. We started construction in 2013. It was a little more than 8/10 of a mile long. We took a little bit off each end to make it a little bit less than 8/10 of a mile. But we went taller on the third level. Previously it didn't go all the way to the top. Now it does. Some 15-story signs at the very top. Each one of those seats is about 4 inches wider than the old seats. The arms and couple over that room. So although we had a lot of space, we didn't have a lot of numbers. We went from 101,000 to 101,500, depending on how much more luxurious seating area. So with the loss of the backstretch, we actually went from 147,000 down to 101,500, which really only affects us for one race. The Daytona 500, which the last 6 years of the new configuration has been a complete sellout. And then to my left, you can see the east portion of the horseshoe, the International Horseshoe we call it. That's where they come around and make this big turn here and come back to the other end of the track. This is the slowest portion of the track, so it's good to get pictures right here. A lot of people get pictures as they make this turn. The fan zone's over there to my right. Given time, we're going to go down there by the trailer and get you down by pit road and let you see the cars coming in. But all of this we're going through here is all part of the 2004 renovation where we came in and pretty much leveled all the buildings that were here and rebuilt the ones that we're driving through, including the 66 blue and white garages, which is the Xfinity Series, the second most popular of the NASCAR events that take place the day before the Daytona 500, the day before the Coke Zero 400. We also use them for a variety of other purposes. The Market Series will be here, the Rolex 24, motorcycle races, Sports Car Club of America, Historic Racing Series, all different things call this home during the course of the year. And you can see right now it's being called home by some of our safety equipment here. And at the very end here of these garages, you'll see the Synovial fueling station. This is where they fuel the portable tanks that go to the garages and pit road. 90 octane with 15% ethanol, the racing fuel here. Recycling your fuel, all the oils and such are recycled out here. These 4 doors to my left are the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company where they mount the tires for this end of pit road. And that big metal frame you see over there to my left, that's an 80x40 television screen. It goes out to the fans on race day. Behind it, you can see the stairs to the pit road patios. Corporations entertain guests with food and drink. Tents below go up underneath the blue awning. They'll have chairs and stuff up there so you can sit and watch the race from behind pit road. And the Daytona Experience, now leased by Chevrolet. That was in front of that was the old Victory Lane for many, many years, from the early 1960s till 2004. When we move to this big black building, we're going to go in front in just a minute, the new Daytona 500 Club. We're going to go in front down this little chute here in just a second, get off the tram and go behind us here at the end of that chute. Go down in front of that, I'll get your pictures here where all the winners go after a victory here at Daytona. And then, time permitting, which you should have, we'll go over how to get you up close to pit road. So again, when we come to a stop here, just exit here to my left. We're going to go right behind us and work our way back up to that chute and get our pictures here at Victory Lane. All right.
Diyan sumikat ang Pontiac. Pontiac. Grabe laban si Petty eh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna win the race. We're gonna win it. I believe we'll take the